You are watching News 9 Live. I am Krishna Kumar and being joined by Brajesh Pandya, political editor in the studio. And we're going to be discussing what exactly is going on with the poster war that has broken out in Delhi with Prime Minister Arvind Kejriwal sounding the bugle, so to speak. The poster war between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP has now intensified after the MODI HATAO, DESH BACHAO poster campaign in the national capital and the subsequent arrests of the printing press owners. The Arvind Kejriwal-led Aam Aadmi Party has launched another campaign now, and this time targeting the Prime Minister's educational qualifications. The poster reads, and I quote here, "Kya PM padhe likhe hone chahiye?" Should your PM be educated? This poster has been printed in 11 languages and has been displayed across 22 states in the country. The BJP, meanwhile, has responded with its own BHRASTACHARI BACHAO ABHIYAN, claiming the Aam Aadmi Party to be a party full of corrupt leaders. On the other hand, the BJP's actions of removing the posters and police coming down heavy on printing press owners and workers has prompted the Aam Aadmi Party to call the government as despotic in nature. But before we get into the nuances of this poster war, let's first listen into what Aam Aadmi Party's leaders had to say.
हमारी पढ़े लिखे लोगों की सरकार है, हमारी पढ़े लिखे लोगों की पार्टी है। और जब मैं सरकार चला रहा हूं, मैं मीटिंग लेता हूं अफसरों की, मैं ये देखता हूं कि मुख्यमंत्री को पढ़ा लिखा होना कितना जरूरी है। ये अफसर आपको यूं घुमा देते हैं, आप मीटिंग लेते हो वो यूं घुमा देते हैं, आपको पता ही नहीं चलता कोई क्या कह गया, आपसे यूं ही फाइलों के ऊपर साइन करा लेते हैं। अगर आप पढ़े लिखे नहीं हो, आप सरकार नहीं चला सकते, आपको कोई भी बेवकूफ बना के चला जाएगा। 2016 नवंबर में नोटबंदी की गई, पूरे देश में एक दिन रात को 8 नवंबर को रात को 8 बजे प्रधानमंत्री जी ने आके कहा कि आज से 500 के और 1000 के नोट लागू नहीं होंगे। पूरे देश के अंदर अफरा तफरी मच गई, लोगों के घर में खाने को नहीं था, लंबी लंबी लाइनों में लोग खड़े हुए, पता नहीं कितने लोग शहीद हो गए लाइनों में खड़े हुए, कितने लोग बेरोजगार हो गए, कितनी दुकानें बंद हो गई, इंडस्ट्री बंद हो गई। पूरा देश 10 साल पीछे चला गया, पूरा देश 10 साल पीछे चला गया। बाद में मैंने पता किया ये नोटबंदी हुई क्यों थी, तो पता चला प्रधानमंत्री जी के पास कुछ लोग गए, उन्होंने प्रधानमंत्री जी को बेवकूफ बना दिया। बोले प्रधानमंत्री जी अगर आप नोटबंदी कर दोगे तो भ्रष्टाचार दूर हो जाएगा। मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूं भ्रष्टाचार दूर हुआ? बोले प्रधानमंत्री जी नोटबंदी कर दोगे आतंकवाद दूर हो जाएगा। मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूं आतंकवाद दूर हुआ?
पूरे देश के अंदर मोदी हटाओ देश बचाओ का पोस्टर अभियान आम आदमी पार्टी चला रही है। अभी अलग अलग राज्यों से जो सूचनाएं आई हैं उसमें बाईस राज्यों में अलग अलग भाषाओं में ये पोस्टर पूरे देश भर में लगाए जा रहे हैं।
Right, that's what the Aam Aadmi Party is targeting the Prime Minister with. We have Brajesh Pandya, political editor, now joining us in the studio as well. Brajesh, talk to us. Poster wars are not new in the national capital in Delhi. Poster wars are not new with the Aam Aadmi Party, but this one is rather specific and extremely spread out, in 11 languages and across 22 states in the country.
Well, absolutely. And I think, Aam Aadmi Party has also decided to up the ante post arrest of Manish Sisodia, and then we are witnessing that. First, we saw, a lot of posters being plastered all over all over the place, all over Delhi, and we saw a crackdown by the police, where 6 people were detained and later given bail. Very next day, Manjinder Singh Sirsa also, put out posters against Delhi Chief Minister, where Arvind Kejriwal tried to gain a, moral high ground by saying that, I would request the police to not arrest anybody. It's a democratic country. I think the tone and tenor of Arvind Kejriwal in his speeches, in which he is talking about how people should be educated, the politicians should be educated, is basically a direct jibe at Prime Minister Narendra Modi's educational qualification. It's not for nothing. And then look at the spread of the entire fight. Posters being translated and published in 11 languages and, published all across the country. So it's while on one hand we see Mamata Banerjee there protesting in West Bengal, now we see Arvind Kejriwal also upping the ante against Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and by far, when it comes to any opposition party capturing the maximum effective optics against the BJP, I think Arvind Kejriwal leaves other opposition leaders far behind.
Right. We have also Ravi Srivastava, political analyst, joining us on this broadcast. Ravi, let me come to you now. Talk to us. How do you view this latest poster campaign by the Aam Aadmi Party?
I think, Krishna, this is a good attempt by the Aam Aadmi Party, because as you must have seen that of late, after Rahul Gandhi's disqualification, the entire opposition is glued and to each other, and they are supporting each other's move, whatever it is. They have been attending the Congress meetings. Then all these posters are there. You have given the history the week before that posters were put up, and in response, Sirsa put up by his name the posters against Arvind Kejriwal. But Arvind Kejriwal took it in a sportsman spirit, and he said, no problem, you put it. If public is guided by that, I'll be too happy about it. So I think it is not a crime. In a democracy, it is very much permitted. You have a right to criticize the ruling government. You have a right to criticize the ruling, dispensation, the Prime Minister, the all functionaries. So there is nothing wrong in it. But this time, that time only in several debates, I had told to the anchor and the channel that this is not going to stop here. It will continue and it will go across the country now. Today, you have seen it is already in Ahmedabad, and another 22 states they are going to put up in 11 languages, and they are sending their message. More, less the poster. More is the creating a narrative that what is wrong with Narendra Modi. His qualification. Now the one you have seen is with his qualification. You will see more now with his Adani connection. Now you will more see with the misuse of the agencies. So all kind of, the things which are prevailing, which are being raked up by the opposition, you will find the posters giving the message about all those things. Yeah.
Right. Ravi Srivastava, the only question I want to ask is, questioning the educational qualifications. I come from the state of Tamil Nadu, where, we had Kamaraj as the Prime Minister, as the Chief Minister, beg your pardon, at one stage. This questioning of the leaders' educational qualification is not exactly a new thing, and the debate has been raging on for a very long time as to, who should be the Chief Minister / Prime Minister. Should somebody with a college education be the one, or should not be the one? So in that sense, it gets very personal, isn't it?
No, Krishna, I fully agree with you. It is not essential to be, an IITN or a chartered accountant or a doctor or an MBA to become a political leader. But the basic common sense, which is most important, you have heard just now, Arvind Kejriwal, that how the officers fool the politicians. I know very well, because I had been a government official for 30 years. I know it is just like that. They come and tell you, you are temporary. You are here for 3 years or 5 years, you will be voted out. But we are permanent here. So we know the nuances of this particular action. So they mislead the particular politician, howsoever honest or clean or knowledgeable he may be, but they try to bully the particular thing. That's a bureaucracy. That's the bureaucrats do. So he has given an example that how the demonetization, what is happening in the GST, you see. The GST is last 6 years, it has not stabilized yet. You are going for changes for every 2 months, 3 months, and this time 1.1% on the Paytm and PhonePe payments and this and that. Every time you are finding the changes happening over here. You started one nation, one tax. Today you have got 7 categories of the GST there. So whether GST, whether demonetization, any government decision, you must have seen, even for farm loss, you saw how many people lost their lives 700 people lost their life, and the Prime Minister goes on the floor of the parliament and says,
all those are bigger issues, Ravi
Ravi
Srivastava. All those are bigger issues, but the point we're discussing is something very specific, and that is this poster campaign. I'm going to bring this back to Brijesh Pandey, our political editor, who is with us in the studio. Brijesh, talk to us. There are big issues. Kejriwal, and the opposition have enough to go against. It's exactly what the question we're asking Mamata Banerjee as well. Does she have to go back to the Didi oh Didi remark to make her point? Does Kejriwal have to do the should your Prime Minister be an educated person kind of a campaign to do what he needs to do?
Well, Kejriwal's attack on Prime Minister Modi has always been very personal. It has never been, he has never meandered or beat around bush about, trying to find a platitude that fits him, but from a distance. His attacks have been very direct. If you remember, calling Prime Minister Modi a psychopath to that level, to this, he has been very acerbic in his attack, and I think this is also an attempt that our Aam Aadmi Party has also realized, that post Manish Sisodia arrest, the dragnet of ED could land at the door of any of its leader, and now all of a sudden nobody is feeling secure in what they would call a political proprietorship. So now the opposition parties are raking up issues, and Arvind Kejriwal has, in a way, as again, being very direct, being very personal with the Prime Minister's, his education qualification, because that has been an issue, which has been a very contentious issue and has been a bone of contention with the BJP as well as other opposition parties, where they have asked about, whether how much educated is the Prime Minister of India, whether he's class 10th or 12th, or he's a graduate. So that has been an issue, that has been a political issue for some time,
right?
And I think that issue is being being roped in by Arvind Kejriwal to hit at the Prime Minister.
Right, so it's not essentially new, it's been in the works for a while. Let's now quickly listen to another soundbite of Arvind Kejriwal, in which he is talking about all the stuff that Ravi Srivastava, the political analyst joining us, has been telling us. It's about GST and demonetization. Let's listen into what Kejriwal had to say.
मैं एक वीडियो देख रहा था, प्रधानमंत्री जी से एक पत्रकार ने पूछा, आप कितने पढ़े लिखे हैं? उन्होंने कहा, मैं हाई स्कूल तक गया हूं, उसके बाद मैंने पढ़ाई नहीं की। एक और उनका भाषण सुन रहा था, उसमें वो खुद ही कह रहे थे, मैं कोई खास पढ़ा लिखा नहीं हूं, गांव के स्कूल में गया था, उसके बाद मैंने पढ़ाई नहीं की। मैं समझ गया, अगर देश में आज पढ़े लिखे प्रधानमंत्री होते, भाई साहब, कभी भी नोटबंदी नहीं होती, क्योंकि वो समझ जाते कि नोटबंदी से कितना नुकसान हो सकता है। अगर पढ़े लिखे प्रधानमंत्री होते तो देश 10 साल पीछे नहीं चला जाता, देश की अर्थव्यवस्था 10 साल पीछे नहीं जाती। पढ़े लिखे प्रधानमंत्री बहुत जरूरी है। जीएसटी लागू किया गया, जीएसटी तो लागू होना ही था, उसके पहले कांग्रेस की सरकार से ये जीएसटी के टाइम से जीएसटी का मामला चल रहा था। जीएसटी लागू किया गया, लेकिन जिस तरह से लागू किया गया, आज पूरे देश के किसी व्यापारी से पूछ लो, सारे छाती पीट के रो रहे हैं, ये क्या जीएसटी कर दिया है कि नहीं है? किसी से जीएसटी नहीं संभल रहा। इतने बड़े बड़े चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट रख लिए, उनकी फीस रख ली है, जीएसटी पल्ले ही नहीं पड़ता। आज अगर हमारे देश के प्रधानमंत्री पढ़े लिखे होते, जीएसटी ठीक से लागू हो गया होता, इतनी तकलीफ नहीं होती पूरे देश के अंदर व्यापारियों को, जितनी आज जीएसटी की वजह से लोगों को तकलीफ हो रही है। दोस्तों, ये 3 किसानों के खिलाफ कानून लेके आए, बोले बड़ी क्रांति आ जाएगी, बड़ी क्रांति आ जाएगी। किसान रो रहे हैं, पीट रहे हैं, धरने कर रहे हैं, प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं। किसान कह रहे हैं मर जाएंगे, ये कानून मत करो, माने ही नहीं। अंत पंत में जब 1 साल कई 750 किसान शहीद हो गए, 1 साल तक किसान दिल्ली के बॉर्डर पे बैठे रहे, उसके बाद इनको 3 कानून वापस लेने पड़े। आज अगर देश में पढ़े लिखे प्रधानमंत्री होते, वो पहले ही समझ जाते कि ये 3 कानून किसानों के खिलाफ है। पिछले 3 साल में देश में 60,000 सरकारी स्कूल बंद हो गए, 60,000 सरकारी स्कूल बंद हो गए। हमारे देश की जनसंख्या बढ़ रही है, गरीबी बढ़ रही है, और सरकारी स्कूल बंद हो रहे हैं। ये चल क्या रहा है? सरकारी स्कूल तो और खुलने चाहिए थे। 60,000 क्या 6 लाख सरकारी स्कूल खुलने चाहिए थे। देश में 6.25 लाख गांव है, हर गांव के अंदर एक सरकारी स्कूल होना चाहिए, और ये स्कूल बंद कर रहे हैं। आज अगर एक पढ़ा लिखा प्रधानमंत्री होता, वो शिक्षा की कीमत को समझता, वो समझता कि देश को आगे ले जाने के लिए शिक्षा कितनी जरूरी है, वो 60,000 सरकारी स्कूल बंद नहीं करते, वो 6 लाख नए सरकारी स्कूल खोलते।
Right, that was Arvind Kejriwal, the Chief Minister of Delhi, tearing into the government and the Prime Minister in particular. Brijesh Pandey continues to be with us. Ravi Srivastav continues to be with us. Let me take this across to Ravi Srivastav. Ravi Srivastav, all those issues that you mentioned is what you heard Arvind Kejriwal talk about. And clearly, the only thing you can ask at this stage is that is the official poll bugle or official the campaign for 2024 in that sense is shaping up from all corners of the opposition, and now Mr. Kejriwal clearly making it even more obvious.
Yeah, Krishna, you are right. Semi-finals started. You have got the Karnataka just in a month away. You have got other Chhattisgarh. You have got other states, MP and all. So the poll bugle is absolutely on, and this narrative will keep on strengthening. These poster war, these statements, these dharnas, these black dress, these satyagrah, the sitting on fast, the washing machine. All these things are going to aggravate only in the next 365 days. You watch it, because this is the way the people are suffering. How long people can suffer. Sometimes you can fool people once, you can fool people twice, but you cannot fool people ever. So that's the point that people have now woken up. And I think Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra has also made a lot of difference. It has united the opposition, and people are there. The people are asking a question, who is, I am finding some debates that people say, who is the leader of the opposition? I think the leader will emerge at the right time. But this is the time to stand up against the atrocities. He has mentioned number of issues which we have heard just now in his speeches, that what is happening, how the agencies are being misused. The 95% of the opposition leaders are facing the cases from the ED, PMLA, CBI. They are sent into judicial custody a long time. No bail application is heard. All kind of atrocities are happening. You see the Rahul Gandhi's case alone. Within a ordinary defamation case, the person is sent for the maximum punishment. And now the BJP is rattled, because he is not even going to court back.
But many would say, Ravi Srivastav, that Mr. Kejriwal has also been rattled off late with what's been going on with his party and what's been going on with Sisodia as well. Let me take this back to Brijesh Pandey. When you talk about being rattled, Brijesh, the Aam Aadmi Party is in a tough spot at this stage. In that sense, it is important that Kejriwal does something to come out of it. And in that sense, it is part of a larger plan for the opposition to organize themselves. But even as the Aam Aadmi Party and the Kejriwal do this, campaign, you have the BJP hitting back with the BHRASTACHARI BACHAO ABHIYAN. If they had the MODI HATAO, DESH BACHAO, the BJP is saying that BHRASTACHARI ko hatao, and the campaign, they've just tweeted it out as well. If you see those pictures, and BJP is making it clear that all the opposition members who are corrupt are coming together on the same stage. There you go. That is the BJP's tweet. There is Mamata Banerjee. There is, you name it. Arvind Kejriwal. All corrupt leaders are coming together. That's the response from the BJP to the Aam Aadmi Party's "Kya aapke PM padhe likhe hone chahiye" campaign.
Well, I think, yes, I agree with you, because the BJP has been, during the MCD poll, it was predicted that, that there will be a complete rout for the BJP. And then came, all those videos of Satyendra Jain, eating or, having a massage inside Tihar jail. That created the kind of impact which the Aam Aadmi Party was not ready for. They were able to, the BJP was able to send across a message which, to be honestly, till now they have not been able to. They were able to send a message to the people at large, and this is the reason why many believe that what we had thought that they would plummet to a low two-digit number of seats, they held their fort. They retained their 100+ seats, and this is the reason why many believe that the Aam Aadmi Party could not go for or could get a complete MCD sweep. See, the entire narration about this education of Prime Minister is being built with Manish Sisodia in mind. You know, the education model of Delhi is something which our Aam Aadmi Party has tom-tommed about always. They have been talking about how they have changed the face of education, face of government schools and education in Delhi. And this is the reason, I think, if you look at the way, the Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal is going about it, is how, after every 2 minute, 30 seconds or 1 minute bite, he immediately comes back to the fact that, if you have an educated Prime Minister, he would ensure that they would invest in education rather than in political vendetta. So, of course, Arvind Kejriwal is rattled. The BJP on the other side has also tasted blood, and they would also want to go maximum as far as this allegation of corruption against them. I mean, you have got two of your leaders behind bars. Satyendra Jain for such a long time, and and Manish Sisodia is there, and there are several other leaders who are potentially feeling the heat based on the outcome of investigation which is being done by the ED. So that is also one thing which Arvind Kejriwal is kind of trying to offset by launching a very acerbic diatribe against Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
But, as we keep talking, you say that the poster wars are nothing new. This keeps happening. And in that sense, when the government and the Prime Minister say the opposition is corrupt, everybody in the opposition is corrupt, and anybody who says to say anything against the Prime Minister and the government are corrupt. That narrative is not new. It has happened before in the times of Rajiv Gandhi, isn't it, Brijesh?
Well, it has. Corruption has not been that much of an issue, provided, how tactical it has been. It was the stigma of Bofors which brought down a hugely popular government, and Rajiv Gandhi could never recover from it. The point is that ever since Prime Minister Narendra Modi has come into picture, which is 2014 onwards, he has been, maximum emphasis has been laid by the BJP of a government which is corruption free. And this is the reason why, they say that, all these investigation which is being done by the CBI, the raids by the ED is all nothing but, a campaign against corruption or corrupt culture in India. And this is the reason why all the opposition parties are coming together. The BJP is not at all sorry about it. Remember yesterday evening, Home Minister Amit Shah said that, if you have an issue, he was jailed, but he never wore black clothes to protest, because they said that, if you have any issue, please go to the court. The courts are independent. Go to the court, seek relief from the court. If you're not getting relief from the court, then it means that everything is not as black and white or honky-dory as you're trying to project out. So the BJP is also very clear that this anti-corruption agenda has stood them in good stead, and this is the reason why they keep on coming back to this issue and target Arvind Kejriwal. Because overall, if you look at the fact, Krishna, that they have been able to nail other regional leaders or whenever they are fighting against Congress party, but Delhi is one citadel which they have not been able to break, because Calcutta is different. Kolkata, the BJP was never a big player, but in Delhi, BJP was the biggest player, other than Congress was Congress and BJP which would rule. And now the BJP for the last 10 years has been trying the level best to make inroads, but they have not been able to.
Oh, absolutely. And Ravi Srivastava, what do you make of this narrative by the government that, whoever is uniting against the Prime Minister and the government, they're all under corruption charges and they're all on the same platform?
I think it's a wrong narration, wrong optics altogether. That see, the first thing is, I was a founder of India Against Corruption, and I was a founder of Aam Aadmi Party. I don't do their work no more, but I was with them. So I recall very well that corruption was a big issue once upon a time, but corruption is no more an issue. Today, what corruption are we talking about? Everything is in open now. Today, this Adani episode you have heard about. Just more than half or 3/4 of his capital was washed out within a month's time. And the kind of crony capitalism which has appeared, the kind of coal mines given, the kind of airports given, the kind of other businesses handed over to him on a plate. The government, to the extent, goes in the Rajya Sabha reply and says, we don't know if there are any shell companies. So this is what is intriguing the people, that what corruption are you talking about? And the corruption of the BJP leaders is not investigated the way these opposition people. I say entire opposition is corrupt, but you convict somebody, then 9 years have passed, the National Herald case is going on, not even one person has been convicted yet. There are several cases. What about 2G, on which the platform on which the BJP came to power? You recall that? And today it is said that 2G was not a scam at all. So such things, you know, they're talking the liquor gate scam or the Waqf land scheme and your Mamta Banerjee, the Sarada scam and all that. Who is convicted? You tell me. Nobody. So this appears clearly that there is some kind of narrative is being created and optics is being created by showing that this has been raided, that has been raided. So raided means it becomes a corrupt. So this is
Mr. Srivastava, it has always been optics, you know. Mr. Srivastava, it has always been optics, you know, right from India against corruption till now. It has always been optics, you know. Till then, the India against corruption, Arvind Kejriwal would say that, you know, how he has got letters and papers. The same way, you know, BJP would say that they have got letters of scams done by Robert Vadra. Robert Vadra is yet to see the jail. The same is that, you know, that when Arvind Kejriwal was the poster boy of India against corruption and then he went against to apologize. Everybody is doing for optics, sir. Nobody is any different in this.
Exactly, Brajeshji. I am not disputing with you. What I am saying, if it is optics, then don't call it corruption.
I agree. That nobody is denying.
Wait till the court convicts somebody and sent him to jail. The Lalu Yadav went to jail. You said, yeah, he was convicted. So ultimately, somebody goes to jail and you say, yes, he was corrupt.
Fair enough.
Till such time, it is only optics and the political narrative.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Ravi Srivastava, a political analyst, thank you so much for taking time out to be with us on this discussion here on News 9 Live. I'm afraid we've completely run out of time. Thank you so much for watching. News and views continue over here. Keep it with News 9.